Start with some news just coming through. Al Jazeera says its journalist Shireen Abu Akleh has been shot dead by the Israeli Defense Forces in Jenin. For more on this, we can speak to the Palestinian ambassador to the UK, Dr. Husam Zomlot. Welcome to the programme. I understand you knew Shireen for many years. Tell us about her.
Shireen was a very close friend of mine, and I believe she was a household celebrity in Palestine, in the region, and worldwide for being who she was, a prominent journalist who spent her life covering news, covering Israeli brutality in Palestine. She's from Jerusalem, the occupied city of Jerusalem. And there is nothing defense about the Israeli forces. You just said, my friend, the Israeli Defense Forces, those are occupying forces. They were invading the Jenin refugee camp. Shireen was there, as always, covering live the events. She was wearing clearly her press clothes, vest, and an Israeli sniper shot her in the head. Shireen died short after was announced dead. Shireen was not the first, and most likely, regrettably, will not be the last Palestinian journalist to be killed by Israel. Medics are being targeted. You have international reports of targeting anyone who would want to convey and relay the message of what is happening in the occupied territory. This is a war crime.
The Israeli military is saying that its forces came under attack with heavy gunfire and explosives. It's investigating the event. It's looking into the possibility that the journalists were hit by Palestinian gunmen.
Well, the Israeli forces are always in a campaign of misinformation and disinformation, covering up their crimes. Their crimes are very well documented. Her colleague, a journalist who was standing by her and who carried her, was shot as well, but luckily did not die, gave a full account of what happened, that they were directly targeted by the invading military. In a refugee camp, you don't have an equivalence of two sides. There is only one side, that is the occupying force invading via armored vehicles, heavily armed, and they are in full control of the area. Shireen was vividly and clearly shown as a press person, as a journalist, and therefore we consider this to be a direct, deliberate assassination of a prominent Palestinian journalist, and we demand justice and accountability. Israel does this for 74 years for one reason.
I want to just talk, if I can, specifically about, I understand the point you wish to make, but I want to talk specifically about Shireen. What made it important for her, you knew her well, to do the work that she was doing?
Because Shireen always believed that her main mission in life is to bring out the truth. She spent her life defending the truth and conveying the true message about what happens for her people, what happens in her homeland, what takes place. She was known to be most prominent and most ethical and most professional. If you follow her career, you would be really an inspiration of such a human being. And today, Israel did not assassinate only Shireen. She assassinated everybody who wanted to convey the truth, who wanted to bring out the message of the people of Palestine. It was not just the person of Shireen that is targeted. It was the truth, the press coverage, the media presence, everybody who wants to convey to the world what actually takes place. So this is a crime in every sense of the word. And we demand that the International Criminal Court investigate immediately and that those who did this are brought to justice. Without this, we are just waiting for another Palestinian prominent journalist to be killed by Israel, another medic to be killed by Israel. Israel continues to do this because the international community would release some statements in a couple of hours, including the UK government, saying how concerned they are. In the lack of accountability, in the lack of clear condemnation, alas, the situation will continue, my friend.
That is Palestine's ambassador to the UK, Dr. Husam Zomlot, on the death of someone he's known for many, many years, Al Jazeera's journalist, Shireen Abu Akleh.